we're back. I just blasted someone's ears with this. We have a new setup now, everyone. We have a new setup. I am blasting Audacity, blasting the sound levels. Hope someone's gone deaf, because that's the energy of this podcast today. I mean, we got some juicy topics. We got some cool shit going on. We got some amazing stuff. Well, let's talk about our setup. So here's what's going on. We're recording on two different laptops today. I'm recording through my Kraken, as I talked on the Tuesday's podcast. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. I mean, why wouldn't you? They got some juicy news on there, too. Juicy is their go-to word, by the way, for any sort of thing. We have Nick back with us. He was busy Tuesday, but he's back.
Yes, I'm back.
And he's recording on his laptop with the whole shebang. The whole, whatchamacallit? The stuff. I don't know how to explain.
The soundboard and the microphone.
The soundboard, XLR, the whole studio shebang. So
yeah, we got to get new equipment.
We eventually, yeah.
I'm expecting a roll-in of money for the holidays. I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm. So I got some coffee right now. Nick, do you have some coffee? It's over, is it?
You know I got coffee still.
Oh, you got some coffee still. All right, let's take a sip of our coffee. Let's see where we're going. So this is a premium coffee, by the way.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's a Swedish coffee.
Okay.
My uncle sent.
Mm-hmm.
It came in like, you know how these companies, when they're like super expensive premium, they're small in these like small little fucking packs.
Yeah.
So it came in like that pack, but it was like lined with like, it was like they tried to make it super pretty, and it was like gold and it's nice, and it seemed like.
Oh, so you paid for set dressing?
What?
So what I'm hearing is you paid for set dressing.
No, it just seemed like rich people's coffee. My uncle said it was actually not that expensive.
Yeah.
According to like he gave me a translation, because I compare when he said like a certain amount of money in the Swedish currency, I did get it.
Okay.
So he said it's about like $140 or something like that.
For here?
Yeah, for 2 cups of coffee. That's how much it makes. But it's really good.
Yeah,
like,
that's nice.
It's pristine. And
so,
if I were to guess what's in there, because I haven't read the packaging at all.
Yeah.
Because there is no packaging. Mm-hmm. It just came in a wood box, and there's some like little paper inside that gives you details, but I don't want to read it.
Oh, it came in. Oh, so the wood box, kind of like the coffee I have.
Yeah, sort of. But it's like dark walnut thing, but like polish. So
yeah.
I don't know how good they kind of made the pack. Okay, this is dark roast. Let me take a massive sip, and you take a sip with us, everyone. Take a sip. We're gonna go right now. I got a straw this time, so you're gonna hear some whistling. No, you're gonna hear. So my straw is not quite small enough, so it has to suck in the air through the rubber valve. So you're gonna hear some noise. But anyway, let's go. There you go. Just squirted out a lot of shit at me.
My next sip, and it's gonna be an empty cup. So.
Oh man. Oh my god, that is so good.
For the record, everybody, I'm on my second cup of coffee today.
Yeah. Well, he's got work to do later, so that's understandable.
See, when you say work to do later, it makes it sound like housework.
Oh,
I have to go to work.
Yeah, he has to go to proper work. So.
And it's been a while since I've had a job, kind of, and people around me seem to not realize I have a job now, and keep trying to text and call me and overall communicate me while I'm at work.
Okay, I didn't know you were at work. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, it's not just you. Don't worry, I'm calling out other people too, not just you.
Called and I realized instantly that you might have been at work, and I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna text you instead. Which is what I did.
Yeah.
I realized later. But let me try to guess what's in the coffee, and then I can't really confirm it because I don't know what the frick's going on, but I tasted a little bit of chocolate in there, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of it's really groundy, but it's still smooth.
Groundy?
Like you taste dirt in there.
You mean earthy?
Or earthy? Sorry, earthy.
Groundy.
Groundy. It's groundy these days. There's a hint of cinnamon, but it's not strong enough for me to pick it up. But there's some in there. But that's it. That's all I can taste. It's probably smooth for certain reasons.
Wait, if that's strong enough for you to pick up, how do you know there's a hint of cinnamon?
Because you know when you get aftertaste of cinnamon?
Okay.
It's that. I have.
So then you are picking it up.
Yeah, but it's not strong enough to overpower everything else. It's just so dim.
Okay, but you just said you weren't picking up cinnamon.
No, I said what?
You were like, all right, I'm not picking it up, but there's a hint of cinnamon, How would you know there's a hint of cinnamon unless you're picking it up?
Fair point. You got me. You got me locked down over here. God damn. All right. You bamboozled me.
Really?
Bamboozled.
That's the kind of dialogue we're going with when bamboozled?
Well, I can't. I want to keep it as clean as possible. I could have said something much worse, but I don't want to.
Are we keeping this episode clean?
I just want to keep it as clean as possible.
Got it.
Like, I already said fuck on the podcast, so I don't want to keep saying it more. I don't want to unnecessarily
keep
swear.
it clean.
Yeah, I don't want to unnecessarily swear. That's all.
No unnecessary swearing.
Yep. Well, if you're gonna say it for the context of like saying something, just do it.
All right.
I don't want to go out of the way to swear. You know.
Oh, we should definitely go out of the way to swear.
Absolutely not. All right, let's begin. Let's begin this podcast. We got a lot of things going on. I have a huge list of things. So let's start with gaming awards. I know we covered a little bit on Tuesday. Excuse me, got a little GERD gang action going on. A little bit of burpiness. It's worse because Nick can actually turn away, but I can't because I got a mic right into my mouth. So this is worse. You're gonna be able to hear it out. So for The Last of Us, as I said, won the Game of the Year. Fantastic game. They're fantastic, but they have won a bunch of different awards. So let's go down to them. The Last of Us 2 has won the best game direction, best narrative, best audio direction design, which I strongly agree with. The best the innovation of accessibility, which is great because they make it safe and sound for epilepsy people, all the people who play. It's also has text to speech. It has stuff for. It has whatchamacallit. I can't think of the word right now, but it has colorblind filters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's really inclusive to all people, and it's fantastic. It's also won the best action/adventure for The Last of Us.
Oh, that I'll definitely agree with.
And the best performance by Laura Bailey as Abby from The Last of Us. Which I don't know how far you've gotten in the.
I have not progressed since we last talked.
Okay, so I won't spoil too much.
Yeah.
You know there's a character Abby, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. For whatever reason, people don't. Spoilers here, everyone. I don't know how much you've seen the game, everyone, but spoilers here. Do not skip ahead if you don't want to. But you've gone past the point where Abby kills Joel, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people are upset at the character Abby for killing Joel.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. I think that was a really important part of the
Because
game.
I feel like we're done with Joel.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, we did. We went through
Yeah.
a time to begin with. The game. We did a time jump.
Yeah.
We're someplace new.
We're just in Jackson where we left off.
And don't get me wrong, I like Joel, but
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
Joel is a father figure to me, and he always will be. And I cried when, the game ended, and there was a whole scene with him.
And
but
I think honestly, he is one of the best catalysts for moving the game forward.
yeah,
His death makes sense as to why they should continue, move on, of a progression of something to do.
You know how the whole story is driven by revenge?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yes.
But at the end of the game, I felt like I don't want to do this anymore, because she there's a point in the game where she's now settled with happiness and she's put everything in the past.
Yeah.
And then when some character goes out of his way to drive Ellie back on the path of revenge, and she goes back out, leaving everything behind.
Yeah.
To find Abby again, and I was just like, Ellie, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to kill Abby anymore. I just in the very last bit they kind of have a duel it out because it's just the way the game ends.
Yeah.
And it's not a big deal because it's been spoiled a bajillion times, and it's just a natural. You can guess it.
Right.
But during that fight scene, you have to push buttons to progress that fight.
Yeah.
And at many times, I just put the controller down and I was like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
I am done.
All right.
When you realize the situation that they're both dealing with and the emotional dynamic that has over that whole fight scene, you don't want to play. I don't know how it'll go for you, but I put the controller down, and everyone, I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm gonna kill Abby," and even at that point, I'm like, "Yeah, get rid of it." So I was like, "No, I don't want to play anymore. I'm done. Just stop. it's enough. Don't get driven by revenge.
I get what you're saying, and I do agree that the revenge doesn't change anything. But I know sometimes the mindset I take to games, and I don't usually get really into the story always. Yeah. I will take a hard line on games sometimes.
Yeah.
Kind of, or the way I like to view it. And again, I kind of agree with the revenge thing.
Yeah.
But just because I am sometimes that kind of person, I might have no issue by getting to the end and still like, I want to kill Abby. Mm-hmm. But I'll phrase it like, when I played Fallout 4, and I told this to from another friend of ours and stuff, getting to the end, my view was to destroy the Institute and the guy who's my son. And my issue was kind of like, I am your parent. You didn't go looking for me, you little shit. You're gonna die now.
Yeah,
you didn't save me. You didn't take me out, and now I'm coming back to get you. Yeah, and that was my view.
Yeah.
Also, on my first playthrough, just to see what happened, I shot Sean right when he came in the door.
Oh my god! Give me a second. A Windows notification popped in, and it was so loud that my ears hurt right now. It scared the bejesus out of me. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
No, but to my annoyance of that, like the moment he walks in, the first time you see like adult Sean in Fallout 4, I shot him right in the head. No one. The funny thing is, because I've talked to people about that.
By the way, don't do that, everyone. You're gonna have a bad way to leave.
Unless you're me, in which case, nothing happened. No one saw he fell to the ground. I saved beforehand, obviously. He fell to the ground and nothing happened.
How did you leave?
I didn't. I just loaded my last save and did it.
Okay.
I was just curious if I could kill him.
Oh, you can kill him, but when you try to leave, there was like 150 kind of cents just waiting for you back there.
Okay. Well,
like when you take the elevator back down, and you know. Well, but what I'm trying to say is, I get the wrench path, but even when you get to there, the character Ellie, when she goes on to revenge the last time, you can see it on her face that she doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
She second guesses every decision. She's like, is this worth it? Like she even mumbles it under her breath. Like, really? Are you kidding? Like she's questioning, is it worth going to do this?
Yeah.
But I guess she wanted some sort of closure. So I don't know.
It makes sense.
I wish Last of Us come back and bring Abby as the kind of main character for the game, because I really want to see more of Abby. Like she was a phenomenal character. I loved her.
Yeah.
But I hardly doubt they're gonna ever come back with another game and with Abby.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I do want to bring something up because we were talking about Last of Us. So you and Eric got into in the first Last of Us before I did.
Wait, he didn't get into it. I got in first.
Oh, yeah, you got in first, yeah. And I remember.
And then he followed because I bought the bundle, the PS4 Last of Us remastered bundle.
Now I remember the day I got it. And you guys came over, and you watched me kind of play through the beginning.
Oh, we kind of ruined a little bit of immersion for you when we got here.
How so?
Because we
just being a distraction.
No, but we also kind of started spoiling stuff after a while.
You did a little.
Yeah.
But one of the things I kind of wanted to mention, and I found this amusing, is going back to the first Last of Us before Joel meets what was it, Ellie, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Joel has a daughter already, and we see the daughter die.
Yeah.
Get shot. Mm-hmm. And I watched that cutscene, but you have to understand, for me, I just started this game, 5-10 minutes ago?
You cry like everyone.
And I'm just watching. I'm not invested yet, obviously. I'll be honest, the game's never made me cry. It's just giving me a lot of, a heavy, a rapid heartbeat.
Yeah.
Freaking out, trying to get things, kill things or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I'm watching that scene, I'm like, oh, yep, okay. Emotional backstory.
You turned to us and we're crying.
You guys, Devesh and Eric are just, bawling, crying their eyes out. And they're I'm like, what? They're like, you heartless monster, how can you not be crying over this?
Yeah. I think even still today, if I played the first game and I if I just don't embrace for it, I'll still shed a tear or two and I'll just be like, oh.
Yeah. I have to be honest, I'm liking the second one better, just because in the first one, there was a lot of stuff you had to do in the beginning more so, that just felt... You were waiting for the action to start. And I get it's kind of showing you how to do things.
Oh, you haven't progressed, by the way, in Last of Us 2. You'll get to that point.
Yeah, I know. But I think there were just times it felt dull.
Yeah.
Also,
this,
I will. Yeah.
This
Also,
push you in action right away.
yeah. I will say one of the things I like about Last of Us 2, and this is a small thing, is you can actually turn up the brightness a lot more than you could in the first one.
Yeah.
Because there were times in the original, particularly there's a part where you're underwater in like a subway. Mm-hmm. I couldn't see anything.
Oh yeah, the brightness in that game was
flat out
cringy.
Couldn't see. The best I'm doing is very vague, like large shape lines. Is the best I can see. I'm not seeing any detail, and I have no direction. I can't tell which way I'm going because the screen's too dark.
So you were doing what I'm doing right now for the second playthrough.
Yeah.
Which is I'm playing grounded plus mode, completely pitch dark, brightness all the way down. I don't know where half the things are.
Yeah.
Like, I am not kidding. Like, I went into there's an area when you go in, when you first try to chase Abby and you go through Seattle.
Yeah.
And spoilers, everyone. There's like a bank area. That's not really important.
Yeah.
But you get a main weapon there and stuff. You go in the bank and it's dark. I can't see shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's like clickers and runners and I'm like, where is everyone?
Because, like, I'll be honest, I am a bit of a hack when it comes to those kind of things.
Yeah.
Because I will always either set my brightness to the max where I can see what everyone says, like, when you can't see this, turn it off. Like, no, I want to see shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. And then, like, there are some games where the brightness goes way overboard, so I'll bring it down a little bit. But usually I max my brightness. Yeah. That is absurd when I set up the new one. But, no, I will bring my brightness to, like, because I want to see, like, I get it, it's like immersion, but you know what? I want to actually see shit and complete the game. So, and that's just me. I don't really care for others' opinions on that. I get it, but
No, I get it.
it works for me. Because I tried doing that in the first one to turn the brightness all the way to the max. Nothing. Can't see shit still.
Well, you just been like a person to experience the game.
Yeah.
In the best way possible. I'm a challenge guy. I
You
like
are.
to challenge myself. The first time I ever played the game, I told Nick I played Grounded. The hardest setting in the game. I played it just straight on out.
Yeah.
I did fine.
I will say, Last of Us 2, I'm definitely trying to play more stealthily. And there are a few times where I've been kind of like not paying full attention.
Yeah.
And I've actually like started a battle where I didn't realize someone was coming behind me. They started firing. And it's not like I couldn't have beaten them. Like, I could have won, right? Like, and killed them and have been fine. But, like, I lost, it's like, supplies and stuff that I didn't want to lose. So I've let myself get killed to restart those, to just go at it more stealth and massacre everyone more quietly.
Yeah, I've done that. I wasn't laughing at you, by the way. When you were saying, like, stealth in the game, I thought about this moment that I captured a photo in the game.
Yeah.
Where, so in this game, you can kind of hold people. Like, you can... You know that moment before you gives you the option to stealth kill or stealth kill, like, triangle or square? So, there's a scene where Ellie's, like, holding the character with the gun, and I made the decision to go in photo mode the moment one of the characters from the enemy team shot the guy I was holding in the head. And you can see the blood spurt coming out of his head and Ellie's face just going...
Yeah. No, but one of the things I'm actually enjoying with Last of Us...
I was making an O face, by the way.
Last of Us 2 is fighting against actual other people, not the clickers and stuff, is, I don't really care to go heavy on the guns.
Yeah.
So I'll rely a lot on either stuff I pick up or the switchblade. So it's a lot of me...
You actually use stuff that, like, a lot of people don't use. I don't use, like... I don't use, like, flashbangs, bombs, and stuff like that.
I don't use that stuff much either. Except, like, Molotovs, like the clickers.
Oh.
But, like, for, like, people, I like to just kind of, like, sneak around and I'll try to flank them. And I'll almost do that constantly to just use the knife on everybody. And to some stages even take some damage just rushing them.
Yeah.
Although when you get shot, it definitely pushes you back quite a bit.
Yeah,
it's a full stop.
Yeah.
But no, it's going well. Yeah.
Okay, enough about Last of Us.
Last of Us.
We're gonna keep talking.
We could do a podcast on that.
Yeah, we could.
Well, we could if one of us finished it.
We can do a live stream in January if you want.
Yes.
We'll think about it, but we can possibly do a live stream in January and play Last of Us.
Ooh, we should do a live stream of the fighting the Rat King.
Well, that's a little far away, so let's do like a couple hour live stream.
All right.
And
no, I mean like get to that point and then just.
Yeah, sure.
Start there.
All right, so next on the list is the best art direction goes to Tsushima. By the way, all of this you can go see on the gaming awards, but if you just want to kind of give you quick tips on what happened. Best score goes to Final Fantasy VII. Best ongoing game, which my heart goes always. My heart beats out to this game. No Man's Sky, fantastic game. I love the game so much.
Okay, because like you showed me us this game after like months of you fawning over it, and then you hated it when it first came out because it was such a letdown.
Oh, it's so much better now.
And from what you showed me, what the hell do you do in this game even?
Oh, it's much better now.
What do you do?
You have a couple of things to do.
Because I know you're like exploring the universe.
So you can be an explorer.
Yeah.
You can be an adventurer, where you go around planet to planet finding flora and fauna.
Yeah.
And scan it. You can be a traveler, which you follow the storyline.
Yeah.
And go to a different galaxy.
Yeah.
You can find a home base planet and work on your home base.
Yeah.
There's a lot of base building now.
Okay.
You can be a miner, so you can set up a mining base, and that basically gather up these like unique things like activated copper, activated these really expensive materials.
Some minerals, yeah.
So if you get like a high amount, you can sell them for millions and millions of dollars.
All
you
right.
can try to get rich that way, and buy like better, more efficient ships. You can get up to 6 ships now.
Nice.
Instead of just 1. You can buy a freighter.
Yeah.
So freighters hold 6 ships. Plus you can warp around in the freighter.
Okay.
Freighters can be used for battles. So let's just say if there's a heavy battle going on and you want to take part, call your freighter in. It's going to start blowing the crap out of these pirates.
So base building, miner, adventurer.
There's space wars now.
Space wars.
There is what's it called?
Can you be a space pirate?
You can, yeah.
Because I feel like that's the route I would have to go.
You can attack basically every faction in the game.
Yeah.
Become a pirate. And basically what happens at that point is all the pirates who start siding with you, and let's just say if you're going in a fight alone and there's some pirates happen to be, they're going to come join the fight and help you out.
All right.
You can start faction wars. So let's just say if you are heavily one faction, if you're heavily Gek, and you want to start a war with the other faction, you can do that. You can start attacking the other faction, and they'll have a bunch of your faction jump in and start faction wars. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. Now there is what's going on?
No. Okay.
Oh, don't worry about that. They won't pick it up. But if it does, I'll kind of mute it out a little bit. But there's a lot of drones now. There's a lot of cars. There's mechs now. There's underwater base building.
Okay.
So there's a lot of.
So it's gotten intense.
Yeah, it's come a long way, and to some sense, in my heart, it's kind of exceeded the things that the game has promised in the beginning. I think they just needed a little more time to work on the game instead of what they did. Which, if you really want to know what they did, go watch the video from Internet Historian. It's called End Goodening No Man's Sky. It lays it out. It's fantastic. Big props to Internet Historian for making that video. It is good. What are you doing? Nick's trying to do something right now.
So for those questioning, in our basement, the ceiling was starting to fall off in one area.
He's just
so I took it all. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
We have those like the metal what the fuck do you call it?
You mean tiles?
Yeah, the tiles.
Ceiling.
And due to damages or whatever, one of them was about to fall, so I just took it out of the ceiling.
That's fine. That's okay.
All right.
That's all right.
See, now you mentioned this new stuff about No Man's Sky, and I'm dealing with a problem.
What?
It's a lack of time and a lack of money at the moment, even though Job's still trying to, build on my coffers.
Oh, it's so good now.
So now the question is, because from last time, I bought Call of Duty Black Ops.
Uh-huh.
So now the question is, there's still games I want now. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm a huge Vikings fan. I'm looking forward to playing that. And compared to the last one, they put back in the Hidden Blade, which they took out for Odyssey for no good reason.
The wrist blade, as I call it.
Right. So
that's the icon.
Yeah,
for
I know.
us. Why the hell did
for
you
some
remove
reason
that?
they took it out of Odyssey.
Oh, that's bull.
So, but no. So I can't think of much better than a Viking with a hidden blade. So there's that. You tell me this, and now I'm kind of thinking about No Man's Sky. I'm assuming it's been long enough. I'm assuming
now it's actually multiplayer, so I can play with you.
And I'm assuming it's been long enough. I'm hoping it's on the cheap. And
It's $30, $40
No,
at
that's not
best,
bad.
I think.
yeah, and as of recent, I was thinking about after last podcast.
Actually,
but,
no, it came back to 60
Oh shit.
because all the
Too much
free
new shit.
updates. Yeah.
But after last podcast, I was considering Cyberpunk. Although last
Don't get it,
yeah,
don't get
last
it.
I checked,
Which-
there was a big issue with
No. We'll talk about that whole today, but do not touch Cyberpunk. It ended up like more worse than No Man's Sky a little bit,
Oh.
and hope they work on it a little bit. But
I was thinking we'd go to
we're
that
working
next.
on it. We're working on it. So let's work down the list and we'll
All
talk
right.
about it a little bit. So. Best indie game goes to Hades, which is a small indie game. I don't think many people heard about it.
Well,
I have.
Who hears of indie anything? So,
What?
but no one really hears of indie games. So,
No Man's Sky was an indie game until
what was it?
PS4 kind of took it them. So don't.
But
worry.
like I said, most indie games go under the radar.
Yeah, that's true. Best mobile goes to Among Us. Among Us also
Something
takes.
that's definitely on the radar.
Yeah. Among Us also takes the best multiplayer game, which is It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
If you didn't listen to last week's podcast, there's a new map coming out early 2021, so keep an eye out for that. Best community support goes to Fall Guys. I love Fall Guys. It's a fantastic. It's a kiddie game, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Then the best VR goes to Half-Life Alyx. That game people have been waiting for years to come out, and thank God Steam finally got to work on that and make it. Best family goes to Animal Crossing New Horizon. That game is fun.
I don't know anyone who doesn't play Animal Crossing except myself.
Me.
Okay, so we
I
don't
don't
play
play it.
Animal Crossing. Everyone else
I
I've
love
talked
watching
to
it.
has or does play Animal Crossing.
It's so much fun. I wish I could play it. I don't have a Nintendo, so well, when I get one, I'll play it, but not until then, no.
Yes. All right.
Best simulation strategy goes to
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yes, it was so good. That game is very detailed. For the size of it, it's very detailed.
All right.
Best
And multiplayer, back to Among Us.
Yeah, we already said that.
Did we
Best,
did?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Best the content creator of the year on YouTube goes to Valkyrae. She has 2.2 million subs, and she reached 100 million views on a short period of time. So congrats to Valkyrae for content creator of the year.
Damn.
Now let's talk about Cyberpunk.
Yes. So like
What
I
a
said, I
debacle.
was considering getting this game until was it, a day or two ago, like on its release date.
Yeah.
I guess it was a huge crash or something,
Okay, yeah.
or glitches, something on that line.
So devs are apologizing for glitches. They're offering refunds, but man, this game has glitches. Holy shit!
I mean, I'm not surprised. The game looks intense.
Okay, a lot of it is it's based on people. Like if some people have it, other people's are like, oh, my game runs fantastically.
Yeah.
But what's been happening is the stuff doesn't really mesh well.
How
So when a car touches a stationary object,
Yeah.
it's like, think about immovable force touching a immovable
Unstoppable force hitting an immovable object.
that. It freaks the frick out, and it just
Oh.
flips the car out, goes under the map. Cars get launched everywhere.
Okay.
Like, let's just say you're in a mission,
Yeah.
you'll just see a flying car get launched towards you, because it just happens automatically.
So there hasn't been enough coding or design to what happens when things get impacted.
Oh, by the way, there's a lot of issues. That's not just the first one.
Right, but
Cops-
like that kind of sense.
Yeah. Like,
These little scenarios haven't all been played out properly.
yeah, so...
And are now fucking up the game.
A while back then, I don't know if you kept up with the news, but Cyberpunk said that the cops have this new routine where if you get enough stars, eventually you
Yeah.
get put on the poster, like the wanted poster.
Yeah.
It's like a Red Dead 2, where the more you do stuff, the more money gets added to your reward,
Yeah.
and more NPCs will come try to chase you down.
All right.
Not there.
Yeah.
By the way, if you get stars in this game,
Yeah.
which is it's using like the rock star symbol, like
Right.
star situation,
Of course.
cops just spawn from thin air. Like let's just say you're in a room,
Yeah.
and you're kind of covering the exit. Cops will just spawn behind you, and you're like, where did he come from?
That's excessive.
They spawn in the walls. They spawn, and then by the way, you just go like you drive one block away, and they're like, huh, who cares? And just walk away, and it's like,
What the-
I'm in a 5-star chase, and you're just gonna walk away? Like
Yeah, because I remember, was it 5-star
Nothing.
chases from
GTA.
GTA?
They don't pan out well.
The best thing you could do, I feel like, for chases
Go in
was
train tunnels.
train tunnels. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all you
Just
can do.
Sit in there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Hope to God no train comes by and you're good.
Although I did like to drag those out all over the place.
Yeah, they're fun.
Was it one of mine ended the longest 5-star I had? Ended with me climbing inside a truck, not like in the back, like it's like a dump truck or whatever.
Yeah.
Hiding in there.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you can't shoot in. No one's throwing explosives.
Yeah, but the truck.
So
can
like
blow
I would
up.
just be what?
Truck can blow up.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, but they can't get me though.
Yeah.
And where they're shooting isn't blowing up the truck. So I would just like shoot the guys in the helicopters, and that's it.
Dude, try to do a chase in the Chumash, like the mountain,
Yeah.
the huge mountain, Mount Chiliad.
Yeah.
Just go there.
Although
Cops just drive off the cliff.
right, but my favorite 5-star thing I did was for GTA when it was on Xbox 360. You could actually hijack a commercial plane.
Yeah,
So I grabbed one.
yeah,
Took it. I had to do this twice because the first time in that game, cops don't try to stop you.
yeah.
They will crash into you.
Yeah,
like
it's like
kamikaze pilots.
you taking a plane?
Yeah.
Well, good luck taking off.
So I took the huge commercial liner, took it, crashed it in the city,
Yeah.
parachuted down, came
Just
back
straight
to it.
up 9/11.
Yeah, no. Climbed on top of it.
Okay.
Like, so I'm like, like 5 stories up on this plane. And then proceeded to have an all-out war with the police
They
on
can't
top of
get
a crash
you.
plane. They can shoot up at me.
Oh yeah, that's
Kind
true.
of. But like, yeah, so I'm on top of a crash, burning plane, having a full-on fire in the middle of the city. That's my best 5-star. It did not last long. Maybe
No, it doesn't.
3 minutes from being on top of that plane.
That's it.
No, because like
usually how
I
it
can't
goes.
cover everything. They're all around me.
Yeah, that's
Got,
true.
Guys in helicopters coming in.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to fly in Cyberpunk 2077,
Yeah.
you don't have to look too far. You just touch something and you go flying. So, forget getting a plane. Just touch something. Just touch a wall. Touch a dead
Just go
car.
flying.
Touch an NPC. You'll go flying. Just give it enough time.
Yeah.
Apparently, NPCs are stronger than light poles in this game. Where if you hit something strong enough, fast enough,
Yeah.
your car will most likely get damaged more than the NPC. I've seen a car go 80 miles an hour into an NPC, and the
Yeah.
NPC's like, "Oh, that hurt."
I have to be curious. Why are they having this issue?
I don't know. I don't think they just
Because
kind
it's
of.
not like this isn't a type of game platform that hasn't been done before. The open world.
I think it's cascade glitches.
How do you mean?
So cascade glitches are, for people who don't know, they happen once a glitch has been revealed.
Yeah.
So let's just say you did something. Now that glitch is going to cause more glitches in the game,
Okay.
and that's going to unravel the game over time.
All right.
So the further you go into the game, the more glitches the more game mechanics gets raveled into glitches
Okay.
and senses like
So
that.
it's like a domino effect.
Yeah, yeah. So, but it's more aggressive. So I think
Okay.
that's what's been happening. Like, you do something and it opens the gate for all the
Sets everything
cascade
off,
glitches. Yeah. So, but that's been a big issue. What the cool thing happened with 3077 was a 3D printer. So there's a 3D printer company who wanted to, make their 3D printers more cyberpunky. So they basically released parts for their printers. They're basically mods. So you can attach, you print, you color, and you mod the printer from the printer. You 3D print a mod for the printer, and then
Okay.
you color it, and you put that mod on the printer.
What kind of mods exactly? Like,
Not like they're just like
so just attachments to make your 3D printer look more.
yeah,
cyberpunk.
just the what's it called, the look of it,
Yeah.
the aesthetics of the printer, not like
Okay, that's-
anything mechanical. That would be extreme.
Right. No. That. I like it. It's interesting though.
I mean,
I'm
think
curious what else you could do with that stuff though. I mean, the options with 3D printers are pretty limitless. So.
I get
to an extent.
just to the like material extent. I
Yeah.
mean, you need different printers for different materials. There's a company who's working on I won't say too much because it's secrecy, but they're working on a multi-material printer where you can print metal within other materials.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that, but you can't get that, by the way.
That reminds.
No one can get that.
But that sounds similar to someone
like
in my family had mentioned a company
$1 million printer.
working on like 3D printing like screws and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So. Similarly.
I mean, that's fine. That
Yeah.
like those are just metal printers, but
Yeah.
what I'm talking about is a tall ask.
Okay.
Like think of a printer mixing like aluminum and steel inside it, and then making an aluminum steel like.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So it's by the way, these are $1 million printers.
Yeah.
Like they take a lot. Anywho, let's move on
One
from there.
last thing. A thought.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
you mentioned 3D printer being able to print out cyberpunk attachments to make it having more of an aesthetic. I'd like to see someone come up with a line of the similar stuff, but just steampunk instead.
You can do it if
Oh,
you.
no.
You can do it if you're
Yeah.
good at design. That's all
course,
it is.
yeah.
If you can design it, you can do it. Just
Also,
you have to be good at design.
One last note on this. I think that for the sake of this podcast and this YouTube channel, whatever we have here,
Yeah.
at some point we should aspire to have our own 3D printer.
Like in the studio?
Yes.
Why?
Because.
Because what?
I just said because.
That. Okay, fine, sure. It's just a lot of maintenance, but okay. I know how to do it. I worked with them.
Well,
for a
think
while.
about this. If this podcast grows exponentially and so on, we can 3D print stuff and give it out as, I don't know,
Yeah,
gifts,
like print
thanks
merch.
to patrons. Yeah, print
Sure.
merch.
Yeah, I'm up to the task for that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go forward. So they released an update that kind of reduced epilepsy risk for the game. Well, I mean, good for that, but I don't know how you're gonna play the game with once it's unplayable.
Yeah.
But enough about Cyberpunk. We'll see more about that in the future, but enough about that for now, because right now it's just a hot bunch of mess. Just
Oh, yeah.
either it's playable or it's not really playable. Anywho, let's go to our
a bit of a
Fortnite,
dumpster.
for a
Alright.
game that we both sort of
Loathe.
Loathe?
Yeah, I'm gonna say loathe.
Why?
Just, no.
No, we both dislike the game, but it's not something we dislike it for a reason. But I think we just think it's too kiddie, and we just hate the idea of
Oh, it
Battle
is.
Royale.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I think you played a little bit of PUBG, and you liked it.
Yeah.
And I played PUBG for a long, long time until I just kind of got tired of it, and now I don't play at all. Mm-hmm. Because, I don't know, I don't see the point in playing that kind of stuff. It's
don't
not
know.
progressive.
The way I view PUBG is like one of those inflatable hammers
Yeah.
you win at like a circus or amusement park.
Yeah, you can kill someone with that. Yeah.
That's how I view Fortnite.
Well, hold
in
on.
The entire
You can't kill in that game, by the way. You just basically relieve them of any playtime.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't kill people in that game.
Interestingly enough, I
too
believe it
sensitive for
was
kids.
Australia a few years ago now had the whole thing where someone came out and was like, Fortnite is too violent for our children.
Fortnite is violent. Have they seen Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Have they touched on Doom?
So that I don't understand. But a thing that would happen because people.
When people say it's too violent for a game, I always say, look at the ratings, and then maybe you should be a better judge. You know, if you were dumb enough to buy your kid a game that's R-rated,
Yeah.
it's on you. You were a shitty parent.
Well, I
You're
don't
making
think
that decision.
I don't think buying your kids an R-rated game or
I'm not saying it's
M-rated
bad,
game
but
makes you a bad parent.
I'm saying if you buy your kid an R-rated game without educating yourself on what an R-rated game is and then complain about it, then you're a shitty parent.
Yeah.
If you fully know what an R-rated game is and then you fully make the decision, you shouldn't complain about it.
Although, let's see, any game I've played on console was R-rated.
Well, that's
For the
because
entire time.
we as a group loved R-rated games.
That is true. But even as part of the games I played apart from you guys were still,
Well, that's because you're in R-rated games.
that's true.
I used to play Roblox and Minecraft because just fun to me back then. I had friends who wanted to play it, and I was like, sure, I'm go for it.
Yeah.
And I saw the fun in it. But it's not
Yeah.
enough action for people who are chasing action games.
True.
So, if you're a parent who buy your kid an R-rated game, don't complain about it. I mean, you bought the game.
I feel like, you have
It's
to talk
violent
with your
for a
kid
reason.
about whatever, really. And
Yeah, R-rated
that's
games
it.
are for people 16 and above. Or I
Yeah.
think it's 18 and above. But they're up for the people who can handle those kind of things.
Although, if we're gonna talk about R-rated, let's go back to like cartoons when we were a kid. That shit was violent.
And sexual at times.
Yes, but I'm gonna go back to things like maybe not 100% R-rated, but like how I view like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, that was just crazy
the original
depressing.
Teen Titans, the good one.
Yeah.
That was some messed up shit, and especially any episode that featured Raven specifically.
You know, I hated the morals of those Teen Titan shows, but they're like, I'm sorry, I just hit the mic,
Yeah.
everyone. But the whole moral was like, you were a bad guy.
Yeah.
You suck. You should belong in jail. And like, the guy, like, by the way, I remember like watching them, and I'm like, this bad guy is pouring his heart out for you.
Yeah.
He's telling you a story about why he, and then the hero's like, "Oh, shut up, you idiot. Sucks that you had a bad life." But
well, villains always have the best backstory.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, you only saying that because you had a nice, sweet, cozy life with a bunch of bullies. He had to go on the street and get beat up every day. Like, there's a reason why he's a villain. Listen to him out.
And to add one more to that, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the one where they released a movie first and then did the series, that was plenty violent, on-screen deaths.
Yeah.
And that was quality. I will say the show was good because it was canon. Some of the dialogue in that show is such crap.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Because they didn't... To get the point across for whatever the message was for the episode, there would be points where the characters, unprompted, would just have lines to set it up.
Yeah.
Completely unnecessarily. They're not being asked a question. It's not needed. They would just say something. Because I rewatched it recently, I'm noticing this. I'm like, this is terrible dialogue. Like, everything fits into canon, and like the on-screen deaths are good and stuff like that.
You know,
but it is just such terrible dialogue.
At times, you can even say like, "Roll the Seinfeld theme."
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah. But seriously, like that to me is more like, again, cartoons have changed, and I think they're more stupid now.
Yeah.
Personally, but there's such a degree of violence already compared to what's in the game. So what's a little more blood and drinking and swearing. And either you heard your parents swear, or you're like us probably, and the number one place you heard swearing was the back of the school bus. And that's where you learn a lot of things you didn't want to learn. But now you're very well aware of them.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go back to Fortnite.
All right.
Because that was a beautiful tangent, but we gotta cover all this.
Okay.
So Fortnite adds a new performance mode that promises better performance
on low-end hardware.
Yeah, low-end hardware. So if you were running on like an Xbox 360 or PS4.
Okay, PS4 is not that outdated. Okay,
I don't want to say.
It's been a month or two, like 2 months.
I don't. What?
On the new PS5, I'm saying.
I'm talking about PS Pro, not PS Pro.
Oh, man.
There's a difference.
What?
PS Pro is like Xbox One.
Okay, well, I didn't hear you properly.
And Xbox 360
Excuse my bad hearing, okay?
When Xbox One came out and everyone's like, oh, this is the new best thing. And then PS4 just came out and everyone was like, oh, shit. Fuck that. Let's go back. Let's go to Sony. Let's go to Sony. Look at this thing. Oh! And then Xbox One came out, and that's the only reason, like the Xbox One newer version, like S models.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that PS Pro came out, and even then they were doing a better job at like, well, I think they were in similar like performance-wise, but I think they were PS4 is better in visual quality, which people a lot of like. I mean, if someone wants to jizz over like, you know, beautiful scenery, which Jacksepticeye, I think you need to stop like complimenting. So if you don't know Jacksepticeye, I watched him a little bit.
Yeah.
But he just loses it over like, oh my god, the shadows and like stuff like that. Yeah. Jack, I get it. You love the shadows, mate. But you have to play the game. You can't go 20 hours talking about shadows.
I will say there's a lot to the graphics in games.
Mate, don't worry.
And taking this back to Last of Us 2, I think they do a better job than a lot of other games do for that kind of for the way that, you know, the graphics, the way they present the game. Is that one thing I know that Last of Us 2 does a lot better than most games is particularly the way two items, people, whatever, interact, where when a hand touches a table, it really looks like it's making contact. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like the hand's actually touching something. Yeah. Where in other games, like Skyrim and stuff like that, it just looks like they're next to each other. No. Or like almost pushing through each other. It doesn't look as though they're actually making contact. And it's such a hard thing to actually do with graphics for games. What?
That just reminded me of a moment where I was playing this game.
Yeah.
It was like it's like a GTA style game. I forget the name. It's like a really crappy like end game.
Right.
And there's a scene where like these two characters kiss. And they started to kiss. They were like 10 feet from each other.
Oh yeah.
And they just kissed the air. But it was supposed to be a romantic moment, and I was just like,
Yeah.
what is going on? Who did they kiss? Casper and his wife? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? It was such a funny moment. I get what you're trying to say, though.
Yeah.
It is a really tough thing to kind of make their like
To make it look like things
Stuff
are actually
meshes.
connecting.
meshes together.
Yeah.
But props to Fortnite because I heard the recent data set and the low end hardware. So apparently my gaming computer can be counted as a low end because I have a really crappy graphics card. Well, it's just gone out of date now.
Yeah.
And even for that, I started the game and I started playing it just to test run it, and it ran at 120 FPS.
Okay.
It was incredible, and I was like, guys, I get it, but you can tell what they're doing here. So for these game modes, they're basically giving you better frames per second by lowering the visual quality, lower textures, low resolution, less details, stuff like that. So it just seems like more crappy.
Yeah.
Looks like it's like you're playing in Toyland, but someone didn't put enough effort. But that's enough about Fortnite. I don't think gonna go too much. Let's cover this last bit. I wasn't gonna, but there was a leak so that skins were leaked, and supposedly there's Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Green Arrow, and Taskmaster skins are released.
Alright.
So I guess they're kind of pulling skins from DC and Marvel. Good luck for them. They had Thanos a while back, and I think they had the whole Avengers cast. But
Yeah. And Deadpool too at one point.
yeah, but I think they're just adding a little more.
Yeah.
More of the Avengers that were added into the last bit.
Right.
Now the big story. I think this is not that like shocking story, but Vin Diesel was announced as the president of Creative Convergence of Studio Wildcard, which is the game that makes Ark, the game where you get to tame dinosaurs and level them up and basically eventually get T-Rex as a dino pet. So when you can have pterodactyls that can fly around, and you can put seats on them and saddles and stuff like. So it's like a kind of game, and this is not a unexpected news, but because excuse me, I just blasted someone's ears, but Ark has been what's it called? Vin Diesel's been Ark player for a long time, and now since they announced Ark 2, he's been working not only as a person to report bugs, but he's been announced executive producer on Ark, and he's also announced the executive producer on the Ark animated series that's coming 2022. So that's a pretty big announcement. He's with also starring a character in Ark 2. So congrats to Win. Congrats to you for such achievement, and we hope to see you in Ark. Alright, let's talk about something I really love. Fall Guys Season 3! Yes, I love it. I played it last night. It was fantabulous. There's a video out on Absolute Chill channel. Check it out if you want to. I'll put the link. I'll put the link in the podcast description, and I'll put the link on the YouTube description, because I'm starting to upload these podcasts to YouTube. So if you want to check it out up there, go check it out on YouTube.
And for people who don't know, and me, because I don't know, tell us about this game.
Fall Guys?
Yes.
Oh, it's a kiddie game. It's like you know those live shows where people compete in, where there's like challenges and stuff like that. So like what's that game called? Washout?
Yeah.
I forget that game.
You know what I'm talking about. Wipeout.
Wipeout. That's it. Like Wipeout type games where
Yes.
They
made a Wii version of that game.
What?
They made a Wii version of that TV show.
Wii?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you remember Wii? Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm saying they did.
Yeah. So, but this is basically in the general era when Jelly Bean characters were kind of being famous, where Among Us came out and everyone's making fun of them as Jelly Bean characters, and then Fall Guys came out and it was really Jelly Bean characters. I mean, they were pretty much up. But this is a fun game where you can they do these seasons where as you progress, you get XP. I'm gonna burp. Excuse me. Okay.
Thanks for that.
Oh man, Gerd gang right there. But they have these seasons where once you play the game, you get through certain levels. So there's stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get to play for the crown, which crown is the amount of wins you get, and the more crowns you have, the more epic and rare items, legendary items you can get from the store, and they get released on the store every other day. So every 2 days they release new legendary items, new skins, new patterns for the skins, new colors, new face patterns. So you can have like yellow eyes and dark face, or pink eyes and white face, and stuff like that. So blue eyes and purple face.
This looks like I'm looking at it online, like just images. This looks like a game for the under 12 crowd. It is. But
when you realize that the type of challenges they kind of force, I mean, if you play as a person who is above 21 years old now, it's still pretty difficult.
Okay.
It's still difficult enough for you to kind of get angry and compete at. Which
right.
I think it's just petty for me to compete, to get angry. Sometimes it's just
it's petty you to get angry to compete?
No, it's petty for me to get angry at the competition.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times...
If you're bad at it, you're just bad at it.
No, I'm pretty decent at it. I think it's just
then why are you getting angry?
Because it's like the dumb things where, the character, when they interact with each other, they're like rubbery, so they bounce around.
Yeah.
And then when they fall down, they don't usually use their hands to get up. They don't get up pretty well. When they start sliding, you have to wait for them to stop sliding to kind of get up. Stuff like that.
Sounds very weird.
Sounds like it's very like finicky to deal with.
Okay.
So you have to so it's tough to kind of navigate yourself when you're surrounded by like 24 so a game is 60 people.
Yeah.
And when you start out in the first round, there's 60 people like all bunched up together in this one area, bumping around trying to go up.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying when someone knocks you down or whatever, someone bumps you in and you drop and you.
Oh yeah. It's annoying like that in real life too.
Yeah, and you fall over and then you have to wait for it to get up and then you kind of continue on with this bizarre speed. But then there's like these levels where you can go the fast way, but it's a risky way, or you can take the slow round, which will take a longer time.
Of course.
And it won't get you to your finish line as faster. But you'll still get a chance if you're ahead of everyone else. So that's the game. It's like a Wipeout style parkour challenges, team rounds, and they released season 3, which is snow themed. Season 2 was medieval themed, which I think you would have loved. It was Vikings, it was jesters, it was
I'm not sure if the game is something I would actually like to begin with. To actually like season 2.
Well, I didn't pay for it. It was on PS Plus a while back, so I just got it for free. And
I'm not saying pay for it. I'm just saying I'm not sure if it's something I would actually like even.
For playing?
Yeah.
If I played with you, you would like it.
Maybe. But also, I don't have time to play the games I already have.
That's
or
true.
the other games I want more.
You need to make time for yourself.
That's the thing that's been stressful the past few weeks. Because settling into the new job into the holidays.
Yeah.
There's been so much stuff to do constantly.
Yeah.
It hasn't felt like I've actually had time, especially this week. I'm not getting home till almost 8. There's still shit to do. And I'm too tired to have time for myself. By the time everything's done. So. Yeah.
You know what you need to do? Start early. Give yourself like a early shift and.
I can't do anything right now. This is where I'm at for my job right now, and then going forward, shifts will change and whatever.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
Once like the whole Christmas season's over, then you can start asking for better hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but until then, you're not working on Christmas, are you?
No. I actually so my girlfriend's gonna be here for Christmas. We're really excited about that.
Okay.
So
you take the day off, right?
No, when I got the job, I already told them like first day. I'm like, all right. I need the 24th to the 26th off.
Yeah.
Just because that's something that happens in my previous jobs where it's like, the first thing is like, all right, we're going to need you here, but is there any time coming up that you're just going to need off, right? Like, just, let's say?
Just
so I just made that clear.
Yeah.
No, but like that's happened for one of my past jobs where I had like a vacation coming up that my family had planned out. It's not something I can get out of.
Yeah.
So I had to make that clear. So I just told them I need this time off. But no, so after the holidays, I'm hoping things settle down. But right now, so people don't know, I work at a UPS store, an actual physical store, not the company, the big company. It is busy from the time I walk in to the time I leave. It is non-stop people. Everyone dropping off, everyone bringing packages, and come January, it's going to be non-stop returns.
That's
Probably
true.
slow down around February, I guess, from what I hear.
Yeah, they'll be nuts. They'll be nuts.
And then there'll only be like people in like in the morning, in the afternoon, lunch, and then a lot of dead time too. Which will be good.
That's true. Yes, but I don't think you will have time to slow down just because it's like, it's COVID season and a lot of people are a lot of things. Like, it's nuts.
So yeah, because of COVID season, I'm sure people know it's been in the news. USPS, United States Postal Service, is overwhelmed. At this point, I don't think anything's getting out.
Yeah.
Like at all. We still have stuff, I believe, at the time of this recording.
This is a public announcement, everyone.
My store has said like today's the last day, like anything will ship for, like we're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Anything will ship out west. And by Friday, nothing's really stuff's not gonna make it to Christmas anymore.
Okay.
But by Christmas I should say. But yeah, things have been getting intense. Actually today I should have a package coming in before the snowstorm.
Oh yeah, there's a storm coming up. I don't know how that's gonna work well, considering I'm going to attempt to get a card tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck. Bring a shovel.
Yeah, if it's too much snow, I won't go.
Yeah.
I don't even know if anyone will go, and if the store will be open tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, it's either that tomorrow or I go Monday. But what I'm doing is I did a lot of research.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say a lot because I want my theory to be true.
All right.
And I want it to work for me first.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna tell everyone my thing unless it works for me. Because what if it works for someone else and I don't get it myself? So
I will say the snow is definitely putting a wrench in a lot of people's plans. Like I said, I've been stressed. I'm kind of hoping the snow, kind of puts me out of work tomorrow. But I get the sense because I have an afternoon shift.
Put you in a PJs,
That I'm still gonna be using my morning to shovel myself out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shoveling's fun. To me. Not if you do it a lot, but But I feel like it's good sense of work.
Yeah.
If it's like.
No, it is. Like I'll put on I'll probably grab a speaker, put on a podcast or something.
Just listen to this. Do
I don't need to listen to us. I've already heard it.
Well, make sure I didn't mess up.
Yeah, sure. Make sure you didn't mess anything up.
I usually tend to listen to the whole podcast once I'm done recording, but sometimes I get lazy and I just don't do it.
Listen to part of it or none of it.
Some of it. I tend to listen to some of it, but I'll usually get busy and I don't want to sit there just listening to the podcast.
Well, don't just sit there listening to the podcast. Go do other stuff as you listen. That's the point of podcasts.
Well, no. Once it's in the raw audio form, I have to kind of I can't do anything.
Okay.
I have to just kind of sit like a potato on this chair, and I can't even play my games because it won't render, and I can't do anything. So, because if I have to make changes, I have to be constantly like looking at the bar and be like, okay, so. I have to make a change at this time, or I have to make a change at this. And since we're doing two mics this time, it's gonna be even worse because if there is like some audio noise that gets picked up by Nick's and not mine, then I have to kind of pay attention to that,
right?
And make sure the audios are still in sync.
Of course,
because it's technology, and for whatever reason they can go out of sync, and I don't know. I have to look into that, but. That's more work for me, but that no one has to worry about, but me. But anywho, let's go back to the Fall Guys Season 3. Actually, you know what? It's about time we take a break. So let's take a quick break, and we're gonna roll the ad. I'm gonna go warm my coffee because it's actually warm, and just use your microwave quickly. And we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Right, which will feel like no time at all for you guys. So
yeah, so listen to the ad.
We'll be back after this ad.
Yeah, all right. Let's roll the ad. Let's roll the ad, and makes blah blah blah. Listen to that. Get flustered. All right, one. We're back. We're back. All right. Man, that was some ad. I just reheated my coffee. We took a little break.
My cup is going cold. Like it's metal and it's freezing down here. This thing is actually cold. Feel this.
Oh shit, it is cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're in the basement right now, it's chilly. It is -9 outside, by the way, today.
Yes.
Fahrenheit, not Celsius for people.
I was actually outside this morning.
Well, it's not that bad. It's not like horrifically cold. I walked out in like my shirt and my PJs, and my mom was like, "It's freezing." I'm like, "It's fine."
Yeah.
It's not like
for me. I walked out in these like very thin pants, but also like full on jacket on top.
Yeah.
Which I may as well have been wearing shorts.
By the way, this thing is freaking heavy.
Oh,
see
what?
That? Just touch the material.
Oh, well, that's thick. That's a good hoodie.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I wish this one was a little more like that. This is a little thin.
You have a Carhartt, so let's give a shout out to
Oh, yeah. Carhartt's a good brand.
I'm going to give a shout out to Teddy Fresh.
Quite a few of my shirts in there.
Go to Teddy Fresh for nice quality content.
Yeah.
By the way, you might not know, but I talked about the H3 drama last week, and people are like, "Are you really an H3 simp?" I am.
Yeah.
I love H3. They're my inspiration for doing a podcast, and basically inspire me to chase my dreams. Yeah. They're the reason I do this. So I love them.
So I think it was like around a year ago, maybe like a few months ago, you had mentioned H3, and I have them as I'm subscribed to them for podcasts. Here's the thing, though. I don't think I've actually listened to any of their podcasts.
You should.
I know.
Well, at least Content Core, because it's fun. I don't listen, or Frenemies, because they had a massive blowout, and I had to listen to it. Yeah. And it was really fun. But here, I want to show you some of the stuff they make, because Ela Klein, who's the artist, and some other artists.
Okay.
They're really, really quality people. Look up Teddy Fresh.
Oh, okay.
And we'll just quickly talk about what's on their thing that I just ordered, by the way, a new content, which gets expensive after a while. I spent like $180 on this stuff.
Jeez, man.
It's expensive.
What are you buying?
I got once you go to new arrivals, I think which you were already on down there. You're already on.
Yeah.
So scroll down. I bought that pant.
Okay.
Yeah, those pants.
They're the
polar fleece sweatpants.
Oh, nice.
And I got a pink workwear beanie.
Right. I want to see what we have our accessories here.
Accessories. They used to have a dog hoodie.
Oh, what?
A dog hoodie.
All right.
Which I don't think it's available anymore.
All right. So I'm not seeing that much. So we got some beanies, a lock necklace. I already have a lock in the chain. I can do that myself. No, thank you.
I think they just cleaned the store because it's a new year, and they just wanted to get rid of all the old items.
Mm-hmm.
Let's quickly kind of look at their dog, Teddy Fresh dog hoodie. There you go. If I go shopping right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very exclusive. Actually, not shopping. Go to images. Look at that. That's Teddy Fresh beanie, but with the dog in it.
Okay.
They made dog hoodies specifically.
They made hoodies for dogs?
Yup.
These people are horrible.
Why?
They put clothes on their dog.
What's wrong with that?
These people are mentally ill.
What's wrong with we wear clothes?
Yeah,
we're animals.
We need to. Dogs don't.
No, we don't need to, by the way. We just evolved into it.
True.
If you put clothes on dogs, eventually
because we were in places where we were too cold.
And?
So yeah, we need clothes unless we're all moving south.
Not necessarily. Mate, trust. Okay. We wore clothes because we were cold back in whatever.
Yeah.
We were like really young species.
Yeah.
And then it continued. The trend continued, and now we're like, oh, we wear clothes because we don't want to show our dicks and like boobs. But the purpose of wearing clothes came from protective nature.
I get that.
To protect from harsh things, and now we've coddled that situation so much that it's turned into fashion and trend. And
I know where it's gone, but like for protection, and they don't need it. And I think it's stupid to dress your dog up.
But I think it looks really good. I would if your dog is enjoying a hoodie and you were enjoying that hoodie, and why wouldn't you just enjoy the hoodie with your dog?
Your dog doesn't need a hoodie.
Well, who are you to decide? Let your dog decide.
You don't let the dog decide. You're forcing the dog to wear clothing.
What the fuck? That is legit. I don't even think I have a mic on right now, but that is legit. Like, that's a forceful behavior. I'm not okay with that. What?
Yeah, you force your animal to put clothing on. That's what people do.
No, you don't force you put it on, and if your dog
is force. Your dog does not have a choice in this.
You put it on as a respect for care, and if your dog doesn't like it, you take it off and you leave it.
Do people though?
Yeah, dude, pups get covered in their wraps, and it's not their choice, but they get comfortable by it and they get adjusted to it.
Whatever.
Over time. Have you never wrapped your dog up in a blanket?
No.
Dogs enjoy it thoroughly. When I had my little puggy, which my mom used to wrap up in this little wrap all the time, which is a little knapsack. He just used to sit there.
Yeah. My dog used to sit on the bed and use a pillow as a pillow. Lay his head on the pillow like a human.
Yeah, they're allowed to wear clothes. If they don't like it...
I didn't say they weren't allowed to wear clothes. I have a thing against the people that make their dogs wear clothes.
I'm not saying you should force your dog to wear clothes if he doesn't like it. I'm saying put it on. If he enjoys it, leave it on. If he doesn't enjoy it, take it off and put it back in your closet. It doesn't need to stay there.
I will still reiterate that the idea that someone originally thought of this is ridiculous to me.
No, I don't think I would. If you make a merch store, I'm definitely going for this. Are you kidding? Look at the dog, how cozy he looks. That dog is looking
If we make
cozy.
a merch store selling this, there is a disclaimer on that on every item that's clothing for dogs that I do not approve.
No, we're not doing that.
Yes.
Nope. No.
Tiny disclaimer that half this podcast does not approve.
Absolutely not. You can say it verbally. We're not putting it on the merch store.
Why not?
Because that's business, my dude.
Fine.
I'm not gonna explain business to you on the show, but if you negatively disrespect and disprove of your product, then no one's gonna buy it.
Fair enough. You're not wrong there.
Do you think Tesla would have people would have started buying Tesla cars if Elon Musk said, "Yeah, I don't like the Tesla S, but I think it's a good idea"? Do you think people would have bought it? No, you're the person who owns the company. You have to endorse.
Well,
the
as long
product.
as one of us approves of it.
No, everyone has to approve of it.
Fine.
Understand? That's how business works.
I will make my
I will force
disapprovingness known in the board meeting.
I will force you to approve the dog idea just for the sake
You
of
can't
sales
force
figures.
me to do anything.
I will. Wait. Just wait. Just you wait. Alright, let's go back to Fallout Season 3. I just want to quickly talk about the maps and we'll kind of move on to Call of Duty Cold War because they just released Season 1 that came out yesterday and it has been fantastic season. I think it just made a lot of good moves and but it's not quite all there, so I want to discuss with Nick because you have the game. I don't know how much you played it now.
I have not had the time to play it recently, and the last few times I think it's been crashing on me.
Yeah, that's been
a bit.
Yeah,
and there's a few times I'm actually doing well in the game for multiplayer anyway, but I'm actually going off a bit, and then sometimes. But unfortunately I'm not a very, how do I phrase it? I'm not a good balanced player. I'll have one really good game.
Yeah.
And then the next game, I'll be absolute crap.
Not your
it can be the same map even.
That's not your fault.
Yeah.
That's the game's fault. And I'll explain why that's a game.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's the dealio. I never ended up explaining why Nick keeps losing, gets into these bad games because, I don't know, I guess we were in a rush and threw me off. Or I just forgot about it. So, apologies, Nick. But here's I'm doing this in a post, so I don't skip completely over it. But here's the dealio. So, Call of Duty has been okay, they've never said or confirmed denied the skill-based matchmaking in the game, but it's in the game clearly. And here's what it does, right? If you had a really good game, it means that to the game's algorithm, it means that you're doing good and you're on your point, and it puts you in with people who are better skill after you just had played one game that you're really doing good in. Which is why when you're in a lobby, the game kicks you out of that lobby and puts you in a different lobby every time. That's how it works. It disbands lobbies and it puts lobbies together unless you're in a party with your friends. That's what it does. That's how the game works. I don't know why they made it like that. I don't know why they've gone through the extra trouble of disbanding parties and putting back new parties together, because I think it just it ruins the experience a little bit. I mean, remember the days when you were in a lobby and you just stayed in that lobby? It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. Those were the days when people actually got to record reaction videos and stuff like that, where if you found someone who's really getting angry or you enjoy playing with, that's how you made friends back in the day. But I guess Call of Duty the whole Call of Duty companies that work with Call of Duty haven't really picked up the cues from those days. I mean, these days you can't even make friends based on one lobby that you play someone with, because you won't even know if you've gotten a second lobby with them again. And secondly, even if you do end up with people who talk in the game chat, most of the times you don't feel like talking to those people in the game chat because you haven't played a bunch of games with them to engage talking with someone. So, okay, Call of Duty, you've taken a really big leap into, including people, including multiple console players into one game, right? You made cross compatibility available, but you didn't think it through. You didn't make it inclusive, and you didn't make it easy for people to make friends, for people to engage and have a proper conversations, to people to, at least have a chance to making these reaction videos. You just remove this entire possibility of things, and now we're left with this chump change of a game where if you don't have a friend, you most likely will never make a friend in Call of Duty unless you reach out to someone you played one game with and got kicked off. Yes. Now it's gotten to the days where you have to actually reach out to Reddit to say, hey, I don't have anyone to play games with. Can you please play some games with me? Do you have anyone, or do you feel like you want to join my lobby and party? That's what the days have gotten. I mean, I'm to the point where I enjoy playing Apex Legends more than this, because at least in Apex Legends, you spend the entire battle royale talking with these 4 people. If they listen, if they have a mic, they talk with you, and you actually get to engage and talk with these people and to kind of get a chance at making friends. These days, in Call of Duty realm, it's just you play a game, you leave, and you're over with. It's just straight up dumb. Alright, back to the podcast. So, let's quickly cover season 3. So for season 3 new maps, they have 7 new. So there's a usual base first map where you start with, and there's a second map which is a ring map. So you have to go through as many rings as possible.
I'll say multiplayer doesn't feel like it has a lot of content.
What?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's new. Just because I don't know, not as many
just
operators, guns.
Just wait. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. Give me a second. Let me just finish this. I know we got excited about Cold War, so we'll talk about it. Let me just.
Did we though?
Then the third map is a team map.
Yeah.
Where you basically roll around in a snowball.
Yeah.
Like it's a huge snowball, and you push it around, and you try to grow it as big as you can.
Yeah.
To 100%, and 2 teams to get 100% win.
Okay.
When the other game gets disqualified.
Right.
Then the third level is basically a crash course, but it's a little bit difficult. So you have to go use the fans a lot. So there's air mechanics now. So you have to use fans to get up to the places, and you have to be a certain amount of people who gets qualified go through.
Of course.
And then the last level is it's an ice map.
Yeah.
So you're on these tiles, and basically once you jump on a tile, it cracks.
Yeah.
And then you jump on it again, and it cracks again. And the third time you jump on it, it starts wobbling and it breaks.
Okay.
And there's 4 layers of that, or I think 3 layers of it. And basically, the last one to survive on those tiles wins.
Huh.
Right.
So break the ice.
Basically, but not break the ice, but
It's basically the game break the ice.
No, well.
Kind of.
Yes, technically break the ice, but be the last to survive on that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like, so it's basically like you spleef. So you run around breaking the ice, and you basically make either try to take people out, or you do use the defensive strategy where you try to survive the longest you can.
Okay.
Which seems to work a lot of times. But I am the dumbass who just kind of goes, oh, let me jump, and then I forget to there's a jump feature, and then you kind of do like a dive, so you can mid-jump dive, and it gives you a little boost. And I'm the dumbass who forgets to dive, and I just go, and then I just walk straight into the slime, and I'm like, shit, I'm dead.
Nice.
And I got to that level once, I think, playing yesterday, but that'll be on the channel. Links in the description of the podcast. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. There's new features, there's new skins, there's a lot of new jazz coming out. There's a snowman skin. You can be a snowman. There's a whatchamacallit. There's like a weird. Oh, there's a Belschnickel skin.
Wait, what?
Like Krampus?
Krampus
Krampus skin. And then It looks like Belschnickel, to be honest.
Okay.
And let me. I'm coughing. Oh my god. Mute the mic. Okay. I have the ability to mute my mic.
Good for you. Some of us aren't so lucky.
I'll cut it out. It's fine. I'll cut it out. But where was I?
You were saying Krampus looks like Belschnickel, and for those who don't know, Devesh is a huge Office fan.
Yeah, I mean,
and Belschnickel is a.
No, let me.
I'll let him describe that, I guess.
Belschnickel is like a character that Dwight plays.
Yes.
And he's like he's in the I think Norse mythology, sort of the Norse Swedish mythology, Northern European mythology.
Okay.
I should say.
Right.
And let me look up Fall Guys Krampus. I think it's Krampus skin. I don't know what skin it is. Okay. Images. Look it up. Does that look like Krampus to you? Does that look like Belschnickel?
Doesn't look like either.
It looks it's a hairy skin. It's like
I don't like it.
Hairy animal skin with big ears. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
What I really like about this season is the penguin skin. It's like a pink penguin, and they haven't released that skin yet. I'm assuming it's gonna be a legendary skin released in the store, but that skin is my favorite. I'll get it eventually. Then there is a walrus skin that you get all the way to the end. It's like a purple walrus. Sure. It's pretty good. So there's stuff like that. I think there's more to come. The season has to offer. So chime in on that if you're really into Fall Guys. And I'll be chiming in because I'm really interested in this game, and maybe I'll have kind of Nick play it with me a little bit on your PS4 because I'll log in. I'll download it. So
of course.
But. Alright, that's enough about Fall Guys. Let's talk about Cold War Season 1.
Alright.
Okay, so with they had a Season 1, which surprisingly was only 7 gigs. Unlike, it was like around 3 to 7.
Download for this game wasn't that bad, actually.
Yeah.
Compared to the last one.
Compared to Modern Warfare, Jesus.
Oh, God, yeah. That was...
I shit you not, like, I tried to re-download it again, and it gave me the message, you don't have space for all the packs. Yeah. And there were so many packs. So, it's like a 200-something gigs game, Modern Warfare. But this is, we'll see how it goes in the future, but this was surprisingly low Season 1 pack.
I will say with this game, just in case, I should keep more aware of just, like, updates and stuff, because...
Well, they didn't do much for this.
No, I mean, like, going forward with the game, because in the last game, they were trying, because the downloads were so massive for new things, like, there were a few times we were planning to play, I hadn't been on my PS4 in a while, I go to look, and suddenly I have a download, and, like, we don't have time to play online anymore, and now... Yeah.
By the way, you know that glitch I told you about, which it exists in Modern Warfare, where if you are logged in first and you start the game, and then you back out to the screen where it says press X to start, which means the game's already loaded for you. All your skins are there, all these, and then you log into your friend's account, and then you log back in. The game will still like if your friends doesn't have those golds in Damascus, the skin will still have give you an option to choose them. Which is how I gave you all the gold.
Oh, okay, that's
which is why I gave you all the gold skins.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't unlock it for you, but you can still give your friend a gold skin.
Right, it presents as you have it.
Yeah, it presents as having a gold skin.
Yes,
and now I have Damascus, which is the last thing I got, and everyone was like, no, it's not worth it getting it this way because Gold War is coming. I thought it was really worth it, so I went for it and I got it.
Yes, so Modern Warfare Devesh went into my account and got me a bunch of cool shit.
Yeah, I shouldn't have changed your attachments, but
I told him stuff he could mess with, some stuff he went into. I didn't realize it because he didn't change the gun. He changed the attachments on one thing.
Yeah.
It was my top gun. I went to go use it. I'm going to start the game with that one. The first person I shoot at, whatever he did to it, because the gun already has terrible stability.
Yeah.
He took off everything that helped stability.
Yeah.
I started firing. It's automatic. The first shot hits the enemy. Everything else went over his head and into the wall.
That's because
I don't mean just like one shot. I mean one shot center mass. Everything else into the wall.
Yeah, I don't use aim assist at all.
Yeah,
and I know that you play with aim assist, so you have some sort of assist going on. But you're used to your cursor following the character in some slow manner. But I'm used to the freestyle because that's how I've been playing for years.
Yeah.
So I manually control the gun's sway myself.
Yeah.
and I never noticed it because, but I guess you did. So when you started like telling me like how, and then I went back to that gun and the setup, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it really does that.
Yeah.
But for many years, I used to get so many kills, I never realized that I used to manually control my sway just out of memory. Yeah. Like
no, but that doesn't make sense though.
memory.
If I had aim assist on, wouldn't it actually stay on target? And
no.
fly
It gives you an assist. So when you aim, it kind of slows down. Like it slows the target down near your character. So you lose that like full 8 sensitivity around it. So when you aim at someone, it just goes like, and then so you get more of a focus, and so when you sway around, it kind of stays in that little area, so you don't miss too many shots. Yeah. So you can have time to correct.
All right. No, but like you took off attachments. I don't see how that would do anything unless.
Attachments?
No, the attachments for the gun is what I'm saying. That's why it would move so much.
No, well. If it doesn't stabilize the recoil, then the gun's still gonna go. Like it's gonna raise up.
That's what I'm saying.
The vertical recoil is gonna increase compared to like a stabilized gun where the recoil is gonna just stay middle, which is what you're used to.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I changed the I changed the thing and it was off. Yeah. But that glitch still, I think, still works. They had never fixed it because I never published it, and it still works. So. Props to me for figuring out a glitch that still exists in the game.
And as a nice thing, anyone listening to this will also not report said glitch.
You can do it now. It doesn't really matter. The game's past this time.
Yeah, still.
So it doesn't really matter anymore.
That's true.
Plus, you have a lot of golds anyway, so it doesn't really apply.
That's fair. I got golds for most of the guns I commonly use, and now I don't use any of them.
Yeah, getting gold for Cold War is rough. It's
gold's
really
never really been my thing unless I really like a gun.
I guess.
And I don't feel like in Cold War I'm going to have a gun I really like.
I like to get through diamonds.
Yeah, because for you and Eric, it's always been about the skin.
I love skin. I don't care about the KD ratio. I don't care about how I do in the game. I care about if I have a certain skin on my gun. That's what, to me, makes the game a little more entertaining. And that thrill of the chase makes it a little bit better.
I don't overly care about like the skins or the KD. I think for me,
I'm playing with my skin. Playing with my skin. I'm playing with my keys, and it's gonna pick up. I picked up in the last episode.
For me, it's about getting the KD or the skin. For me, it's about getting the right weapon, upgraded to the point.
Yeah.
Where when you're with the right lethals, tacticals, everything.
Yeah.
When you're playing through the game, and you get to the point. You almost have eyes in the back of your head playing. In the sense, like, not that you can that in the sense of the game.
Yeah.
But, like, you're predicting everything. You know how, the ins and out of every map and moving through your weapon.
Yeah.
Where to hide, where to move, how fast you can reload, getting shots off. And that moment where you go through the map and you realize, oh, wait, I haven't died.
Yeah.
And you're on a streak. Getting to that point in that game is my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that's a rush.
Yeah.
But as I said many times before, I am a challenge guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Getting to that point, because I've gone to ones where was it Black Ops 3? There were points for like the specialist or whatever. I started throwing explosives out for something, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't even see people. I predicted where the enemies were going to be.
Yeah.
And I was right.
You just get into that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know where they're going to be. You know how to move, and that. To me, is my favorite part of multiplayer for Call of Duty.
If you know the map well enough, you can get in that mindset.
Yes, and actually, thank you to you because me and Eric used to shit on you for playing tactical.
I love
all the time.
Now you switched.
Yeah, and you left my controller on tactical one time about a year ago now, and I started playing with that. And I would say being able to crouch immediately with the
it's so good.
With the thumbstick is so much better because before I'd have this issue where I'd move it wrong.
Yeah.
And in the middle of shooting, I try to knife someone who's 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Although now I don't knife anybody.
Yeah.
Because it's not as instinctual to go back to that button.
If you want to go on a knife streak, you switch it back.
I don't really care to switch it back, and I'll usually just have a melee with me.
I switched it back when I got the gold for but I never get into a close combat situation where I'm like because now I just punch.
Yeah, although now I will say because you need to do, you have your finishing moves.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to do stuff for that.
Oh my god.
For one of the operators, and one of the operators has a thing where it's like, all right, 50 kills from people who
on Cold War.
Yeah, who are seen through either a field upgrade or a kill streak. And one of the field upgrades I'm using, literally to use more or less, from the way I've been using it, has me camping. Is using the field mic. I find myself in a position where I can kind of hide from different angles, and I just wait for people to come in. And blast them away.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's some maps that are a bit too open, or I'm waiting too long and I can't get to the right space to even get there to use the thing.
Yeah.
And it's taking quite a while.
Yeah. I can see it. By the way, for anyone who wondered, that was a noise of me drinking coffee. It's done.
Devesh is drinking out of one of those
it's
mason jar mugs with a metal straw. It feels very, I don't know, our generation.
I love a good mason jar, mate.
Yeah.
I call it a jar mug, and my mom found this today. Well, I usually have my Merrimack jug.
Yeah.
Which I talked about it on Tuesday's podcast. But
right.
It's usually just round, and it goes well with the stuff.
Right.
This I have to kind of. I had to shove it on the side end of my door.
Yeah. See, he has that. For me, I have this.
You have a mug.
Yeah, I have a metal mug.
You do it in your house,
right? Well,
I have to transport.
No, I get that. No, but I have ceramic mugs, but I use the metal one for going places like downstairs or outside, just in case it.
Can I make coffee for you next Thursday?
Sure. Why not?
Well, it'll take some time, but I'll come in early.
Okay, if we must.
Well, I want to do a pour over method.
All right.
Do you have a metal pot with like a lip so it has a directional flow? Like so you know how this is a pot?
Yeah.
Usually there's like a lip on the end, so it gets a directional flow. Do you have a pot like that?
A pot? No.
All right, I'll just do it from a jug then.
Can use a measuring cup?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we'll use that.
As long as the measuring cup doesn't melt with the heat of the water.
It's a glass measuring cup.
Oh, okay, then it's fine.
I'm not sure what you're boiling, or I don't think you can get that to that boiling point.
No, so I get the water right up to the boiling point where there's a lot of bubbles forming, but not big enough for the, water to go like.
So we'll just have to be careful.
Yeah.
Be good. All right.
I'm expert at boiling water. Believe me or not, I'm good. All right, let's quickly continue. Well, okay, so what happened with the Cold War Season War was they reduced the flat jacket protection, so now you can start using launchers, start grenading, start launching where the hell you want to launch, and now Zombies has a new split screen.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, let's quickly cover tech news because Nick has to get ready for work.
Yeah.
The Best Buy restocks PS5 and Xbox X and X's on December 15th. If you missed it, don't worry. There'll be more chances in the future.
I'm sure they'll be gone by December 16th.
If you want to get a 30 series GPU, you're more likely to get in December, January because they've up the production of them. By the way, Nick, if you let's quickly go over to your area because if you want to start getting ready, I can just finish up the podcast here. And we'll end with what all the tech news.
I feel like the tech news is fine to end on.
You sure? No, let's just cover it. Let's cover it. So FDA now authorize.
So FDA has
You say it.
now authorizes their first tested home kit for COVID-19 from a company called Illum out of Australia, I believe.
Which, by the way, was a big thing back when the virus first came out, but everyone was like just buying third-party.
So before
test kits.
they were prescription. Right now, this one's just over the counter.
Yeah,
which is nice. I know we do have the Pfizer vaccine and I forget the name of the company.
Yeah,
which are going out, but still, it's going to be quite a while till it's widespread availability and so on. And they're expecting Christmas and New Year's Eve are definitely going to be some major spreaders.
Right now, the list goes the medical personnel, then the sick, then goes to important personnel, so basically politicians and stuff like that, then goes to schools, then goes to everyone else.
Right. Yeah.
For whatever reason, schools take a priority because I got an email saying once the vaccine's available, you all have to take it.
Yeah.
So.
And of course, with this is a good thing, and with COVID, there's been a lot of misinformation, and because of some of that information, it's why if you may have heard, Twitter is potentially planning on banning Trump from Twitter going in. Now, here's the deal with that. There's nothing to do with being against him. It actually goes within their guidelines. As you know, a lot of times when Trump posts stuff on Twitter, when anyone does, it comes with labels of this is not accurate or it's misinformation.
Yeah.
because Trump has over 100,000 followers and is someone in politics.
Yeah, he's continuously misguiding.
No, because of that though, he's barred from these things that would usually have someone's account blocked or deleted.
Yeah.
But come just January 20th, come the inauguration.
Well, he was the president, which is why
why that overrides that.
Yeah.
But come January 20th,
he would no longer be president.
Right, but I'm saying that that stipulation of being able to still spread information and have an account is extended to politicians and people in government.
I'm gonna guess what he's gonna say in response to his account being banned. They're trying to stop being.
That's an attack. Yeah.
What?
That it's an attack on.
No. They're preventing the truth from going out.
Right.
I am guaranteeing this is what he's gonna say. Write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down, everyone.
But with that, after the January 20th, he no longer has the protections of being a politician, and because it is misinformation, unless he decides to stop spreading misinformation, stuff like that, but regarding COVID and the election, and everything else. Twitter is within their rights to ban and block him.
Yeah.
And this is not an attack on him. This is going. You can go in. This is their policy.
Yeah.
And he loses his protection from that.
I'm up.
Do it. Similarly, a lot of
let's do it sooner.
Yeah. Similarly, a lot of people mentioned, or news outlets have mentioned, he's likely in for a lot of legal battles because he's losing his status as president. And he will likely still be in the news for years to come should lawsuits be brought against him, and I'm sure there will.
I think people just want to move on.
That is true.
If he would have just conceded, I would have been like, all right, let's just move along.
Yeah.
Trump is like a version of 2020 who just doesn't want to end.
Oh yeah.
It's just like a roll of bad news just constantly keeps coming, and I'm like, let's just put our president in the past, just like 2020, and go on.
I will say, after the initial election, there was a point where it felt like I wasn't hearing about Trump anymore.
Yeah.
Where it felt like he wasn't around.
It was the point where people just wanted to stop talking about it.
That's true, and I get that.
All right. Yeah. Well, one last thing from Nick.
One last thing of note. Me and Devesh are both big fans of Guardians of the Galaxy.
That was a voice crack. Damn.
Oh yeah, sorry. Big fans of Guardians of the Galaxy.
We are.
Or Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever. Yeah, especially the musical scores.
Yeah,
I think are the greatest part of those films.
Yeah.
But Marvel has confirmed, or plans, I should say, because they've been known to back out of LGBTQ representation. That Star-Lord in their upcoming film is confirmed to be bisexual, or they're going to show that.
Yes.
Because as we know, after
he's going to kiss.
Yeah,
Groot.
Endgame. Yeah, I don't think about that. After Endgame, that Gamora is out.
Secret makeout with.
So the question, so some fans are obviously excited about this. They're happy representation. Other fans who probably haven't read the comics, and in the comics, he is known for I believe he's in a bisexual polyamorous relationship at one point in the comics. But I'm sure there are fans out there who are upset about this and feel like they're changing things, but really it's not. One of the questions that has arisen and hasn't really had answers to it yet is there has been allegations about Chris Pratt's church, the church he goes to, Hillsong Church.
Yeah.
And there's been allegations in regards to what their stance is, and Chris Pratt has said, and the church has said, that they're not anti-LGBTQ. And well, we do have remarks from people who used to be part of the church, who have disagreed with this and have talked about kind of the trials they went through of being in said church. Which leaves the question of if Chris Pratt still, or is he okay with this role of his character being bisexual?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that if he's part of Marvel, and aware of his the actual character's backstory in comics. Mm-hmm. He may have expected this or known it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it really is just a blip on the radar. It doesn't really mean anything to him, or it doesn't become any bigger deal than other just, hey, there's representation, and that's nice.
Yeah. I feel
but yeah, that's really it.
I feel like churches are starting to backpedal on some of their policies about.
Well, that's the thing about, and I'm going to my thing here.
Isn't it in your Bible?
Yeah, churches have always, as much as they don't like to say they don't change, they do. They change to the public to be more palatable to people, and some of them, they do. And honestly, for thousands of years, churches and religions have changed their stances on things to have a bigger following.
I like that. But
some of them have held on to things, some of them haven't. But overall,
That
that has been the case for a lot of religion.
That defeats the purpose of a religion. Then it turns it into a cult.
Well, arguably, the difference between a
is.
religion and a cult is the number of people.
Yeah, I
Popularity.
mean, a religion is basically a bigger cult that follows a certain set of rules.
Yes.
But if you start changing the rules, then it just turns back into a cult.
Yes.
But
religion is a non-fringe cult.
We'll leave that debate to the people who
we
are
may
more
do an
qualified.
episode on that later, because this is a topic I enjoy.
We'll loosely debate it because I don't want to offend too many people, and I just don't want to go to a point where I don't want to debate something I'm not educated in.
Oh, we're not debating. We're discussing. We're discussing.
Just
There's a
talking
difference.
about our opinions.
But also, disagreement and opposition is not should not be offensive.
Yeah.
Me disagreeing with you shouldn't be offensive.
You can disagree with us, but do it in a respectful manner.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right, Nick has to go,
Yes.
so I'm going to take over for a little bit. Nick, you can just stop recording, go back up, get ready. I'm going to finish up with the tech news for everyone, and then we'll call it a wrap.
Sounds good. All right.
All right, we'll see you later, Nick.
All right, I'm out.
Bye-bye. All right, so let's just quickly finish up the tech news. So if you are planning to a 30 series GPU from NVIDIA, you're more likely to get it around December, January. They restock more often. I have asked around. I have a plan that I have set up. It's more detailed than an educated plan. I've done some research. So how about this? If my research plan pans out and I have a theory that is right now rolling, if it pans out well, I will let you all know what my plan is, what my theories were, and how they've been proven correct, and what you can do to get yourself a 30 series graphics card. But most likely, a best way to do it is just to visit a Micro Center. I understand it's tough if you're living far away and the Micro Center stores are not available everywhere. They're getting rarer, but they're super like limited to an area. But if you want to get it, I'll tell you exactly how. If my theory is proven, or excuse me, I had to burp out. You know that good gang. Oh man. Another news, Steam News Hub is now live, which means you can get all the gaming news on Steam's News Hub, on your app or on your actual Steam. I don't know if they've implemented into the actual what's it called, application. That I have to look into, and I'll do a little bit of research now, and we'll talk more about it Tuesday, but into our gaming news. But for now, I don't know if they've done it. So let me do a little more research on that, and I'll let you guys know more. PS5 and Xbox S's are bound to come back. Don't worry about it. The companies have said that they're in constant production, and they're really against scalpers, so they want to make sure everyone gets one. So they're putting up further cautions against how people can get one and whatnot. To be honest, I think a deli method would have been great. I call it a deli method because it just calls out nice to me, you know? A method where it's a take a number option where, let's just say, if you want to purchase a graphics card or Xbox or a PS4, PS5, I think, PS console, PlayStation console, you hit purchase and you are assigned a number. Right? You have an option to pay right away, or what's going to happen is they're going to charge you later on. If you don't have the money on the date when your number is pulled up, then you get once notified, and if you don't do nothing about it, it's over. You lose that number, and you lose a chance to get buy the said item, and you have to start over and you have to hit purchase again. You get put it in the list. I think that would have been a way better system, just because I understand it's more finicky and more things to deal with, and it can sometimes get into issues. But I think that's a more neater way to do things. Just because it gives everyone an option to be on the list and everyone to kind of line up and say that I have a chance to get this said item, because what could have been even better is this deli item can even have restrictions to a certain number of people. So let's just say there's only 50,000 items in the production queue, then there's only 50,000 people allowed to be on the list, and that's it, and then it stops right there. Trust me, I mean, that system would have worked way better than what they're doing right now, which is just like, I feel like it's a cash grab method from companies, and it's just empowering scalpers. Recently, Nvidia implemented reCAPTCHA on their website to fight against bots, and Best Buy has been doing great by implementing sign out method, where as soon as you buy a high demand item when they're releasing in low stock, they sign you out, and a code is sent to your Gmail, and basically you get a chance at basically it's a bot protection. So you have to input that code to sign back in again, and it allows you to purchase the item, which gives you a little more leeway into how you can manage a buy. But on the second hand, also gives people a chance to get the item in less stressful way, because the more people are sent there, the less of the barrage is going to be going through to the what's called buy section, which means the system can handle more of like sectioned people in a smaller queues. I think it's a step towards fighting scalpers, but I think we're not quite there, and I don't know if they'll ever see the system that I preferred. I think there possibly could be holes with that said system that I've mentioned that I can't think of, and other people will be. So there's a lot that has done right now, but there's a lot to do to fight against scalpers, and I hope we take the right steps in the future to avoid this kind of situations where a new item, a new product's released, and a lot of people who want to get it are not able to get it because scalpers and people who do things just for the sake of content. Where I don't know if you've heard, but someone posted a video on YouTube saying I bought 100 PS4s for my brother after I broke his something or whatnot, and the video clearly shows they bought a lot of PS5s, not 4s, excuse me, and it went viral, and it was publicly hated by everyone, because they are one of the main reasons why we get these giant production queues, queues of people who want to buy it. So I hope in the future that's been better dealt with. Anywho, for the sake of time, I think I'm going to call it. It's an hour and 38 minutes, something like that. So I don't want to stretch this podcast out too long, just like the last one. So we're going to call it quits right here. I'm going to call it a wrap. Thank you everyone for listening. These were some major gaming news. I think what I'm going to do in the future is plan out more of the gaming news on Tuesdays, and then leave more of on general world news talk and general updates stuff on Thursdays. So I don't talk a lot about games. I understand today was a little bit of we talked a lot about games and not enough about stuff that Nick wanted to talk about. But next time I think we'll better plan it so Nick gets a proper chance to talk about his stuff, and it feels a little more diverse than what we just did, which is a lot of game news compacted in one. So I hope you're excited for next week. I am as well. I think there's a winter storm going out, and it's gonna happen. There's warnings has already been sent out, and there's about to be a winter storm in Massachusetts. So if you're a Massachusetts listener, stay indoors, be careful, and don't let the snow get piled up too much. Do continuous shoveling, so you don't have to do a crap ton of snow shoveling all at once. I hope you're safe out there. I hope if you have to drive in the snow, you have to be really careful, take all the precautions, and just be super cautious and be prepared for as best for scenarios that can come up while you have to, in this instance when you have to go out or have to stay out during a winter storm. Man, I mean, storms are crazy, storms are nuts. I remember when I think was it Matthews or one of the hurricanes, kind of just the remnants of a hurricane kind of overpassed Massachusetts a year or two ago, and I think it wasn't as devastating, but I think there was a lot of flooding, and there was a lot of issues in the streets, and just the sheer wind and the force of the storm kind of caused a lot of problems, and a lot of people were injured, and stuff like that. So I hope we can prevent that kind of stuff and people deal with storms in a smart manner. Oh dear. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. If you're a regular listener, think about following. We release Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we would love for you to follow, as it shows that you like our podcast, you would like to hear more, and it shows that you basically want us to continue what we're doing. And trust me, we really want to continue what we're doing right now because it's fun, and we love all of you, and we love making this for you to listen to. Anywho, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for joining us. I'm going to wrap it up right here. I don't have any more sips of coffee left because I ended it. Well, it's like a tiny bit left, but I don't want to drink it because it's the bottom of the jar. But if you have a last sip of coffee left, last final sip, I'm just going to make the noise to... let me try to drink this last little bit, and I hope it's not too disgusting. All right, let's take a last sip of this coffee just to end the podcast. All right. Super bitter. This is where the grounded beans are. I didn't use a filter quite well enough. But all right, thank you everyone for listening. If it's morning out or wherever you are, good morning. If it's night, good night. If it's afternoon, good afternoon. If it's evening, good evening. Wherever it is, I hope you're having a good day. And if you're not, thank you for listening to us, and I hope your day gets better. I hope your day gets better. All right, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Next time. Bye-bye. Next time.